Did you get it? I'm doing a Willie Nelson. I'm on the road again. Just left. Miserable weather. It's been miserable weather here most of the time that I've been home. It's actually cold today. I have a ferry. It's now 7 o'clock, but I have a ferry at 2 AM to Wales, and then I get in at about 5:30 AM, and I'm going to drive straight across to Folkestone. And for the first time ever, I'm a wee bit excited about this. I suppose it's a geeky thing. I'm going to be in the Channel Tunnel for the first time. I'm only doing it because I wanted to go in the Channel Tunnel. I could have went in the ferry just as easy. So Channel Ferry, and arrive by this time tomorrow. I will be in a hotel that I've already booked in Calais. A cheap hotel for one night. One of those wee modern ideas, not too many people working there. But I'm so excited. On the road again. Here we go. And by the way, about whenever I was going up to the house, I just called back in to see my dad there to say goodbye. And just before I went in, Willie Nelson come on the radio singing On the Road Again. What about that? So, onward and upward. A very empty apple green. Just before Apple Green, I stopped off at a famous hotel restaurant. What is it, a hotel? I don't actually know if it's a hotel. It's certainly a restaurant bar called the Munster Boys, and just outside Drogheda. Very famous for fantastic food. And my mum and dad used to go there going to Dublin, and they would take me in, and they always let me get a steak. It was a big treat. It was only like maybe once a year, but fantastic food and very famous in Ireland. So I thought I'd call in there, and I just had the best steak I've had in a long time. Everything was delicious. Peppered sauce, but also the most expensive steak I've ever bought, €50. But oh boy, it was good. I'm assuming the €50, the price of the steak, is because of the way things are with the world economy at the minute, because it just I nearly had a heart attack. It didn't look. But so I'm just outside Dublin. It's 10 o'clock. My ferry is at 2, I think it's either 2:15 or 2:30. So I'll head down there, and I have a few things to do. I still have to do the headlights, what you call them. You have to put the things in the headlights for driving the opposite side, and a couple of other bits and pieces. And then I might have a wee sleep. Although I say that, I can never sleep. If I'm travelling, I can't sleep. Anyway, let's go. So I decided, because I was going to be in the car a lot, to buy a wee cooler. Plugs in, and seems great. Everything inside it is freezing cold. Because I'm here so early, I'm the only person here. There's a sign there coming across, and it says Stena Line open at 6:30 AM. My ferry's at 2:15 AM. I hope that's wrong. I think places where you get the ferry purposely do things to mislead you. I better go and ask, actually, just in case. No, well, I am in the right place. Stena Line.
The next morning.
So it's a good morning, and I'm in Wales. I just come off the nicest ferry I've ever been on. Stena Ferry, fantastic. Didn't bring the camera with me. Wouldn't want to film anymore on a ferry anyway. So I have a 6.5 hour drive to Folkestone, and other than getting a coffee, letting the dogs out to do a pee, clear run. and then when I get there I have an extra couple of hours then before the Channel Tunnel. I don't talk about this very often, but everything I do, I'm trying to do on a budget. Whenever I was in the van, that was the original plan, and I ended up spending more than I thought for several reasons. The main one being I turned out I preferred staying in campsites, so I paid for campsites the vast majority of nights. But now, at some point, I'm going to be looking for an apartment to rent. But until that point, I don't want to be paying a fortune in hotels. So I'm looking for budget hotels, but good quality budget hotels. I don't want any shabby or old or anything. So this first wee one's one of these hotels, not too many work in it. It's from what I can make out, it's sort of laid out a bit like the EasyJet hotels. I don't know if there still are EasyJet hotels, I haven't seen them in a while, but that sort of thing. And it's going to be interesting to see how cheap I can get through the whole of France and Spain, hotel wise. I don't want to spend any more than maybe €35 a night. But big drive ahead, coffee time, chat to you later.
Later.
Now I'm about halfway, maybe not quite halfway, I'm past Birmingham. I was just driving along there thinking, I've mentioned this before, but not that long ago I was making the big decision to come home, and I was in Italy, and then I ended up working my way up to Calais, and I think that was only about 4 weeks ago. And my big worry was I'd get home and I wouldn't be able to sell the van and I'd be stuck. And here I am, I'm going to be back in Calais this afternoon, and it feels great to be out there again. It feels good to know that I feel like I made the right decision, and I didn't get home and decide, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I got home and I was busting to get out again. And everything just worked out really well for me, apart from my eye. That's the one thing when I get to wherever my destination is, which is probably Mercia. Two things to do. Start thinking about getting an apartment, and I need to get this left eye lasered. It's strange how quickly you adapt my left eye. It's like looking through frosted glass. You couldn't read anything. You can see that things are there, but you forget about it very quickly, and you're operating mainly with your right eye. Although I wouldn't want it forever, because when you think about it, everything does look a bit blurred. So another 3 hours, and then only about an hour's wait for the Eurotunnel. I'm really looking forward to the Eurotunnel. It's something that I've never done, and I'd like to do it. It's nothing really, I suppose, just driving onto a train, but it's another wee thing ticked off the box that I've never done before. The weather so far yesterday in Ireland and today right across Wales was horrendous, like cold and raining the whole time, but it's now all of a sudden all dried up. A lot more pleasant. So I'm going to put my music up loud. I'll probably speak to you again, Folkestone. As I get closer to London, closer to France, the weather's getting better, sun's coming out, I've even got my air conditioning on. Great. Roll on, good weather. off to find the pet reception. Don't know if I'm meant to bring the dogs or not, but I have all their stuff, their passport and stuff.
12 seconds later.
Yep, you have to bring the dogs with you. So I'm going to have to get the dogs. I should read stuff, you know. No doubt it says it on the paperwork. I'm turning into a panicker. If you think back to, I've never panicked in my life either. That's funny, now that I'm not working and chilled out. But if you think back to the video, anyone who watched my videos of me coming back from France, I got turned away because of the dogs and I hadn't got a treatment done. So whenever I went in there with their passports and stuff, and you hand them over and they're checking every detail, sort of in your head, oh geez, hope nothing happens, this would be terrible. and the next thing there was, and a whole commotion. The people were in there 5 minutes, I was 20 minutes, and ended up 2 of them at it, and on the computer, back and forward, and they'd already microchip, got the microchip rated. And I eventually said, I'm panicking, is there a problem? Oh no, nothing for you to worry about, I made a mistake in the computer. So we're all ready to go, all set to go to France. 20 minutes, Eurotunnel, put my car in a train, and when I get there, I'm only drive for 10 minutes to the hotel. Fantastic. It's a great system here. They have these big signs everywhere, and you get one of those, so it tells you exactly when to start heading around the shuttle. So this is the French customs in the UK, so that's good. I assume that means when you get there you just drive on through, unless you get pulled over for something. Very good. Are you looking, I'm gonna hit my head? Oh, no. It's so well laid out and easy to understand. Some of the big ferry ports can be very complicated. It's nearly like they designed them to make them hard. One of the ferries I took when I was away earlier in the year, I nearly missed it because I didn't go to the right place. This has been great, really good, simple, easy. The train's in half an hour, so I think the journey's only 35 minutes, so I'm going to be in Calais in about an hour. It's funny, you're expecting this big ultra modern area with modern trains and whatever, but at the end of the day it's just a train with boxes and you drive in the side of it. Never had my car in a train before. This is the weirdest feeling, but it's brilliant. Fantastic. See, I'm getting on airplanes, I'm always the last. Very, very long train, very long train. There's toilets. I got a window. Do you know, it moved off and I didn't even know we were moving. They looked out that window. To be completely honest, I initially thought the world was moving and I was just sitting here. So it's initially a wee bit of a journey to the sea. I should have realised that really, but yeah. Go right through Folkestone or around Folkestone. But we're already in the tunnel. Something that surprised me, it doesn't go fast. I don't know what speed it would be doing. It seems to be like 30 miles an hour, that sort of speed, maybe 40. You can see bits and pieces go past. Thought it would have zoomed across, and it's only 35 minutes. If it was able to zoom, it was like those Japanese trains, be there in about 5 minutes. 35 minutes is okay, look. See you on the other side.
Engine until unloading begins.
We are in front.
Please close sunroofs and vents. Don't forget to put your watches forward 1 hour and to drive on the right after leaving the terminal.
I've already done the
We hope
watch.
you have had a pleasant crossing with Eurotunnel, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
And thanks for reminding me about driving on the right. So, out of the port now, and straight round to the hotel. The budget hotel. My cooler box has been brilliant. Ice cold Coke, ice cold milk. But I was thinking there on the journey over, I wonder, can I leave that plugged in overnight in the car? Would it drain the battery? I'll have a go if I can find out on the internet, but if I don't find anything dire, I think I'll take the risk anyway, so at least I'll find out. The worst that can happen is a flat battery in the morning. Maybe there'll be a hill I can park on. Right, so this is, it says Hotel Formula 1. Hotelformula1.com, that's the address, that's a good address. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Reception. Restaurant. Restaurant seats. Toilets. A wee keypad. So you see, what I like about wee hotels like this, if you're only staying in them for one night, is they're immaculately clean and no hassle, but no frills whatsoever. Very handy for me. There is a TV, which I may not even turn on, but very handy for me. There's a wee desk, and most of these sort of hotels would have a wee desk, so I can do the editing tonight there. So guys, that's day one and two of my Spanish expedition. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a wee subscribe would be good, but a comment would be great, thumbs up would be great. And if you want to see more, wee bell icon. But that's it for now. Until tomorrow, on my first very excited day. See you next time. Bye bye.